Hey guys, Professor Fat Shady from the University of Trials, and today's video is kind of for me and kind of for Jack Lawrence. See, Jack was kind enough in one of my previous videos to post a comment that said, "Wail of the Banshee, I dare you." The last couple of videos I've put out, one of them was me doing some attempts, one of them was this stupid one fault run, and I thought once I nailed a one fault run, this was going to be easy. See, what Jack didn't realize is that he was going to torture me for about a 24-hour period. Boom! 2.5 minutes in, I faulted on this track. 4.5 minutes, and that's my second one fault run. 3.5 minutes into a track. Boom! Crash. There we go. 5 minutes, one fault run. That's 3. Right? We're keeping count at home, right? Now, the next one is absolute heartbreak. Okay? Now look at this. 0 fault. 4.5 minutes. I've nailed it. What, third last checkpoint? What the hell was that? Look how long I paused here. I just stared at the screen. What the hell was that? And then I'm like, you know what? Screw this. I'm just going to run this through. I didn't even care about the end of the track. I was so furious. You have no idea, right? The whole time, I'm like Jack Lawrence's name in my head. And look at this. 4 minutes 50, one fault run. 4 or 5? I've lost count now. 4 or 5 times I did one fault. And then 4.5 minutes. Look at this. Look at this. Boom! I said boom too many times in this video. I don't care. I'm excited. There we go. Wail of the Banshee done. Jack Lawrence, you dared me, and I got it back. For anybody that wants to watch the full video, actually, you know what? I'm going to talk over this. Do you want me to? Yeah, let's talk. So, anyway, I was all excited, man. I got the challenge. You've seen the achievement. Chances are half the people are going to watch this video and probably stop there, but this part here. So one of the comments that I used to get in my videos is that people wanted to see some of the full replays. So rather than just doing the sort of quick shot, the edited down version, I thought I'd show you the whole thing. So I've got a glass of grape juice in my hand, and I'm going to sit here and talk you through the rest of it. This challenge was crazy, right? It did my head in, to be honest. Only because it's one of these endurance challenges. Now, I can't compare it to Way of the Machine Platinum. It was much easier than that. But it was challenging because it's hard difficulty. It's on a bike that you ordinarily wouldn't use too much. And it was asking for perfection over 5 consecutive hard tracks. Now, if these were extreme, it would be on another level, but because they're hard difficulty, I didn't find it that bad. Oh, actually, that was a cool save. I didn't realize that was on this run here. But yeah, so I mean, you've pretty much seen just about every attempt. There's probably been 10 or 15 run-throughs that I've done off-camera, without recording, and the rest of them I've done. But as you can see, there's no face cam here, and I kind of did that intentionally, because like with Way of the Machine, there's sometimes you just need to concentrate. And I guess I just needed the concentration, because this was an endurance challenge. It needed to focus. But it wasn't that difficult. And because I got 4 one-fault runs, I knew I had it in me. But it was just about being consistent after that. But, as plenty of people said in the comments, rage-inducing, right? And then the problem is, right, once I did a one-fault run, so as you saw in the intro here, right, there was a couple of spots, but once you do a one-fault run and fault on an easy obstacle, every subsequent time you go to that, like look here, right, this one I was petrified with. Every time you go back to that obstacle, you're nervous as hell. So you end up making simple mistakes. Like even there, stupid. I nail that every time, and on this run, I just did it horribly. And that was honestly that's the biggest thing with these sort of endurance challenges. And the other is, right, 5 tracks you've got to do perfect. You get through 4 of them 0 fault, and the biggest battle you have isn't completing the 5th track without a mistake. It's keeping your nerves and heart rate and breathing and hands shaking and all of that stuff in check until it's done. Now, I mentioned on Twitter as soon as I got this that I got that sort of heart rate and the shaking hands kind of feeling, and I really think it's only people, feel free to let me know in the comments if there's any other games that's ever done that to you, but Trials is by far the only game that's got that sort of emotional reaction from me. And I can't really explain it to anyone who hasn't felt it, but it is a powerful feeling, and I really think it's just that release. Once you achieve this thing, like you're doing so much, you're concentrating so hard to just keep your emotions and nerves in check, that as soon as you actually see that sort of achievement pop up or the challenge complete or whatever, it's just this flood of just emotion and heart rate and God knows what. I can't even explain it, but it's this fantastic feeling. And it's not that I get it often anymore. I mean, zero faulting in the extreme track, sort of maybe on the Infernos I kind of feel it, maybe on Way of the Machine I feel it, but other extremes, either Storm, who cares? So it's kind of hard to explain, but yeah, whenever I do have that feeling, it's probably at the moment once every 6 months in Trials, but man, it's a good feeling, and I've loved it ever since Trials HD, and I'll always keep chasing that feeling of just finding that stupidly rewarding. I mean, this was 10 gamer score, the achievement meant nothing, but to say that I've done it, to get through to hold your nerve this long, is just a fantastic feeling. So anyway, we're 4 minutes in here. Now, as you can see with all my previous runs, I'm stupidly nervous at this point, but I'm just trying to keep it together. I'm not, I mean, look, my riding technique doesn't show my nerves. And apart from here, I always took a little breather here before I took off, because everyone said to me this last checkpoint was torture. But anyway, that was my new record. What killed me? 6 seconds off the platinum medal. So I'm actually going to have to do this again at some point. I'll save that for when it's on backwards compatible, when and if that ever happens. But anyway, that's what it looks like on the leaderboard. Less than 400th, and this is a game that came out 2 or 3 years ago, so I'm pretty happy with that. To get that achievement out of the way felt fantastic. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll keep making more vids. If there's any other challenge you want me to check out, let me know. Cheers.